We're looking at a picture of Gavin and me and Dr. Drew. Must have been Loveline. Must have been
97.
1997, 25 years ago.
It's hard to pick which one's the best looking.
Yeah, that was a
real coin toss.
row of lady killers. Well, they used to call guys who loved women lady killers.
That's right.
I think that's out of vogue now.
Yeah, it's not great, especially with the true crime genre.
We got rid of lady killer. That guy's a lady killer, and the other guy's a cocksman. We got rid of both those terms.
Yeah. It's for the best.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, remember the guy who slammed his SUV into the Christmas parade in Wisconsin?
Yes.
Yeah, he's been found very, very guilty. He was the one in Waukesha. I'm sorry, near Milwaukee in Waukesha. He has been found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide during that attack in November 2021 that killed 6 people, injured 48 others, and remember, he represented himself. He was found mentally competent enough to be his own attorney, which I don't think went super well. He would clash with the judge over disruptive behavior throughout the 3-week trial. He took off his shirt at one point. He'd scream at the judge.
Well, he made a fort out of boxes.
Sure.
And hid.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I believe it.
The legal boxes.
Yeah.
He went full
barricaded
sort of
himself?
igloo style and built himself like a fort and was able to shield himself from the judge.
Totally competent.
Yeah.
So he would accuse the prosecutors of being slick with evidence, like that was a legal term. The judge threatened several times to have him removed from the court. He'd mutter stuff under his breath. So each homicide count carries a mandatory life sentence.
When you're heading to prison for 7 life sentences, how big a threat is I'm going to make you leave this court?
Yes, and what do you do then as the court? Like there's no attorney, there's no defendant.
Yeah.
Control your client.
Yeah. He's gone. The trial's over.
Yeah. So the takeaway is he's never getting out of prison. Multiple life sentences and reckless endangerment and all sorts of things.
Yeah, I wonder if they charge him for a hate crime.
Oh, you weren't lying about the little igloo campground he made.
He built a fort to hide from the judge, full of boxes, which I would like to do at many dinners I've had with my family.
Yeah.
But I just realized it'd be in poor taste.
Right.
But emotionally, I was building a fort to try to protect myself.
Draw more attention.
Mm-hmm.
And they didn't have any boxes because they didn't have any stuff.
True.
That's right.
Gina, come on, he'd bring his own.
I know, that's true. BYOB.
Yeah, bring my own box.
Yeah. And just to keep things a little maudlin for a moment, the details have emerged about Monday morning's deadly shooting at Central Visual and Performing Arts High School. That's the one in St. Louis. Police said the suspect killed 2 people, a teacher, a student, was later killed by the police. The shooter, identified as a 19-year-old black male, again, not saying his name, but he graduated from the school the year before, did not have a criminal history, nor a significant presence on social media. He brought an AR-15 style rifle, 600 rounds. Here's what they found.
It's kind of, it's always interesting. I like to take racial angles at everything, Gavin. But the Waukesha guy, black guy killing a bunch of white people, didn't get a ton of press. And I heard about this school shooting. I just heard sort of at peripheral. There was a school shooting, and I was like, oh, here we go. We're going to have all the town halls and all the usual suspects. And then I thought to myself a day or so ago, like, there's a school shooting. How come we're not hearing
more about it?
Because he had an AR-15 and he was black, and there's a narrative, and it didn't really fit very well. So it gets reported. We just don't have our town halls about it.
Well, they found a note. And that doesn't often happen, though sometimes there's, symbolic, whatever, Nazi symbol or whatever. Not with this guy. He said, apparently, in the note, I don't have any friends. I don't have any family. I never had a girlfriend. I never had a social life. I've been an isolated loner my entire life. This was the perfect storm for a mass shooting.
I could have wrote that note minus the mass shooting part when I was 19.
Sure.
I wasn't. I mean, Gavin, you painted dentist's office, I heard, as a career at some point.
Yeah, I just was a painter decorator, to make money. I was specifically clear that I never did a job where I could be of any particular use,
Smart.
to anyone. So they'd entice me to stay, pay me more. You know what I mean? It was like I worked for a guy who actually I grew up with. I worked for him, and then as soon as I made money and sold a record shortly after we met, he painted the house I got, and he's worked for me forever since. And he's kind of like set up the Zoom for me. So there you go. Life
amazing.
is weird, but yeah, I mean, I think the one tragedy consequence of all these shootings is that people get inured to it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's like 2,500. It's 2,500 shootings so far this year. That's what I read. 2,500. This is like, it's hard to know where to put all the shock and horror.
Yeah.
It's true.
All right. Well, give us a happy story.
Okay, let's do that. So apparently all you people hate the middle seat. I would much rather have the middle seat on a plane than a window seat, but I know I'm very much in the minority on that.
That's weird.
Yeah.
I know. I don't like
You're
sitting
alone.
next to the window.
You're alone
I
on that.
know.
Yeah.
I want
We're
the
not even
aisle.
in the minority.
You're the
We're
lonely
just alone.
one.
Well,
You're the lonely one.
it's
Yeah.
funny you should say that because so apparently nobody wants this seat. A recent poll proves it with 0.6 of 7,500 voters choosing that seat. But the way it was filled out, apparently a lot of those look like they were punched by accident.
Yeah.
So truly, nobody
we don't
wants
know.
it. So
Can I ask why do you like it so much?
I don't want to be stuck against the window for two reasons. I need to be able to know I can get up freely, and also everyone knows if I fall asleep next to the window, that side of the plane will fall out.
And what about the
Yeah, so
aisle, though?
I need the aisle, but I'll take the
What was
middle
the first-
instead.
Oh.
What
I
was
see.
the reason? What was the first bit you worried?
I just want to be able to get up. I get
Yeah, you can do that in any seat. No?
easier. I am very polite. I have a lot of personal shame. I'm from the Midwest. All these reasons. I can't wake a sleeping stranger and ask them to move so I can get up. I just need to be, left to my own devices.
There's a
But you want to try because I live on planes a lot of the time. I'm mainly on the buses, but some of the hilarious crab-like moves you have to do.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
Hold one leg steady, you just raise the next one, and hold the seat in front.
Yes.
And just swing forward. And you just pray they don't wake up. Just that time when you're straddling them.
I don't
Yeah.
have that move. It's
Lift the other leg.
like Fight Club, ass or
But
crotch.
I would ask you, what is ruder? Is it me waking you up so that I can get around you, or is it me trying the Mr. Rubber Band move,
Roundhouse.
and then you wake up and my balls are in your drink as I'm trying to straddle
That's the whole
you?
point. It's a tightrope. There's no balls in the drink. That's what I'm
Right,
saying.
right. And
If
I-
there
Depends
were
whose
in the
balls.
drink,
But before
if you
they-
do it,
Yeah.
you're clear.
But before they
Right.
sleep, that's why I sit down and I go, look, while we're taxiing, I'm going to give you an option. I can either jostle you and wake you, or I can dip my balls in your tea.
Let me know what you'd like.
However
Balls
you
in
want to
your
play
court.
it, I'll do it that
Yeah.
way. If you're planning
I
on
think the
sleeping.
takeaway from this conversation is you have low-hanging balls.
That's
true.
That's exactly right.
There was a big story about 2 weeks ago about the woman who was sitting in between the two tubelards
And she was tweeting about
she
it
was
or
tweeting
texting.
about it,
Yeah.
and then everyone turned on her.
Oh,
Yes.
What's she saying? What's she saying? It's brilliant. What's she saying?
We'll have it right for tomorrow if the guys don't pull it up.
I'm the filling. What's
Yeah,
saying?
she was like, saying like, I'm trapped between these two, blah, 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 blah. But they could see it. And now
Nice.
she went viral being an asshole. And I'll have that for tomorrow if they don't pull it up. But let
Yeah.
me.
But the good news is everyone attacked her, and she just clapped back at everyone.
Oh,
too,
yeah.
Because
she did not apologize.
Good for her.
Yeah, it was
well,
great.
you've got look. If there's two morbidly obese people that are bookending you, and you become the burger in their bun, I mean that's
Tough
kind
life.
of it's kind of on the airline. You got to buy the
Some
seat
people
next
would
to
like
you.
that. By the way, watch out because some people would enjoy that.
That's
Gina.
true.
True.
I would. Well, here's what Virgin Australia is doing about this middle seat situation. They're going to make it more enticing. They've launched this middle seat lottery, and it's only open to people who sit in that seat during the flight. So from now until next April, the end of April, any Velocity frequent flyer member, 18 or older, who sits in the middle seat can get on the app and enroll in the lottery, and they got all kinds of prizes. They have full-day helicopter pub crawls, 2-night vacations, including flights, bungee jumping, Australian Football League tickets, just trying to get people to finally take up that seat.
It's a good idea.
Because nobody wants that seat.
No,
they can do anything they want. Nobody wants it.
I'll take it. I'll win all the prizes.
Everyone's like, oh, fuck the middle seat. What do they want?
Yeah, it's tough. It's obviously if you're flying with somebody. Let me give you, Gavin. You probably have this. If you're going to fly, and you're going to fly like Southwest or Coach or some version of that, it is very important for you to fly with somebody who's an underling to you. Mm-hmm. So I fly with a guy named Mike August everywhere, and I always force him to take the middle seat.
Oh, middle seat, Mike?
Middle seat Mike when I then go to the window of the aisle. It's important. That guy has to work for you. Like, you could fly with a lot of people, but you can't fly with Brad Pitt. Not on Southwest.
Right.
Because
as they often do, I'm
he's
sure.
going to trump you, and you're going to have to take the middle seat. Although he's a huge fan.
It's tough.
Rock, paper, scissors now. But I'm
Hot
saying,
paper,
as long
scissors.
as you have some tour manager or somebody, some roadie, or somebody who's also getting on that Southwest flight, you get them to take the Dumbo seat.
No, I go everywhere. I have a female tour manager, amazing Yvette, and she's been with us like 10, 11 years. And so she always takes care of that stuff. We're always fine. But generally, I haven't been on many three-seaters for a minute. We flew a lot all around Australia, actually, in those seats. And we didn't fly fancy, we just flew regular economy. The flights were just about 2 hours, it didn't really matter. But still, those middle seats. It's so great. How great is it when you have the window and nobody sits in the middle? How great is that? They should do sort of some kind of reverse lottery for that.
Right.
It's funny though, because it's all kind of relative. Because you especially if you get on that Southwest flight and there's nobody in that middle seat, or God forbid you get the whole row.
Or
you
it's first class.
You get to put the armrest up and stretch out. But let's just convert that to on land, like if I just took a folding chair and slid it next to the window of my house and said, you can sit here alone for 6 hours. Isn't this awesome? I'd be like, I'm going to kill myself. I would kill myself. Yeah. So it doesn't really apply on the ground.
Would a tiny bag of peanuts sweeten the deal?
Folding chair with the padded seat.
Yeah.
And I'll hand you some Fiesta mix and a little Mylar pack.
Well, Diet Coke.
And a Diet Coke, and you can sit against the window for 4.5 hours.
Not interested.
Not interested.
Not a full Diet Coke. A portion of it displaced by ice.
You create your own world. You know?
Yes.
Just get that window when you're just away from everyone. You just turn away. And I don't know what you guys are like. I mean, Adam's probably the same as me. Like, super kind of unfriendly. I mean, not impolite, but like, it's like I don't want chatty guests, chatty people and all that stuff.
Same.
So it's the body language. When you have the window seat, you can just arch way around. It's just obvious. You've got headphones on, your body language is closed away, and you've got a tiny little slice of the plane.
That's what I do at home. I'll take the folding chair and I'll angle it a little bit toward the bay window. All right, let's bring it home, Gina Grad.
You got it. I'm Gina Grad, and that's the news.
Gina Grad.
That was the news with Gina Grad.
Well, let's give a plug out to Gavin Rosdale. The Art of Survival. That's the latest Bush album, and you can find it wherever you listen to finer music. You can download it and stream it and check it out. And also, if you want live dates, go to bushofficial.com. That's bushofficial.com. Also, yes.
We've only got 2 shows left that are booked. Otherwise, I'm unemployed. Oh. After this interview and those 2 shows, I'm unemployed. So,
how fun.
New Year's Eve in Vegas, New Year's Eve. That's where we're playing.
Well, when Brad Pitt drops out for the cooking show, you got my number. I'm happy to come over and eat your vittles. I know that sounded gay. The Real Anthony Fauci is the name of the movie. It's also the name of the book by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. And I'm going to be in Vegas at Wise Guys Comedy Club coming up November 2nd. We're doing a podcast there. Carrot Top and Josh Wolf up on stage for that. So until next time, this is Adam Carolla for Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Gavin Rosdale and Gina Grad and Walt Bryan. Say it. Mahalo.